The Upanishads, a philosophy of liberation or a political tool of control. Many Hindus revere the Upanishads as the philosophical heart of their faith, offering profound insights into the nature of reality, consciousness, and the self. These ancient texts, forming the concluding part of the Vedas, have been studied and respected by notable figures like Swami Vivekananda and Mahatma Gandhi. Their core teachings, such as the concept of Brahman, the ultimate reality, and Atman, the inner self, are seen as guiding principles for achieving spiritual enlightenment and understanding one's place in the cosmos. For believers, the Upanishads provide a timeless philosophy that transcends the material world, offering a path to moksha, or liberation from the cycle of birth and death. The narratives and dialogues within these texts, like the conversation between Nachiketa and Yama in the Katha Upanishad, present profound ethical and metaphysical questions that have influenced countless generations. The teachings of karma, dharma, and the pursuit of knowledge are not only philosophical, but also practical guides for leading a righteous life. Critics, however, argue that the Upanishads have historically been used as a tool of control, reinforcing the caste system and social hierarchies. They point to instances where the interpretation of these texts has been manipulated to maintain power structures. For instance, the Manusmriti, a text that has been used to legitimize the caste system, draws on Vedic authority, which includes the Upanishads. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the principal architect of the Indian Constitution, criticized the manipulation of Hindu scriptures to subjugate lower castes, advocating for a reinterpretation of these texts to promote equality and social justice. Let's examine the evidence. The Upanishads themselves, such as the Brihadaranyaka and Chandogya, primarily focus on esoteric and spiritual knowledge rather than social prescriptions. The Chandogya Upanishad, for example, emphasizes the oneness of existence and the importance of inner realization, ideas that challenge rigid hierarchies. Furthermore, the concept of Atman, which suggests that the divine resides within every individual, could be seen as inherently egalitarian, countering social stratification. Yet the historical context cannot be ignored. The caste system, as documented in texts like the Rig Veda, predates the Upanishads but was contemporaneous with their development. It is crucial to recognize that while the Upanishads themselves might not explicitly endorse caste, their authority has been leveraged by later Brahmanical traditions to justify social divisions. This use of religious texts to uphold hierarchies is not unique to Hinduism. Similar patterns can be observed in other religions, where spiritual texts have been co-opted for political ends. A strong counter-argument is that the Upanishads have been a source of inspiration for social reformers who sought to transcend caste barriers. Figures like Ramanuja and Kabir drew on Upanishadic teachings to promote a more inclusive vision of spirituality. Ramanuja, for instance, interpreted the concept of Brahman as accessible to all, regardless of caste, and his Vishishtadvaita philosophy emphasized devotion and equality. However, this counter-argument does not fully address the historical misuse of these texts. While reformers have indeed found liberating messages within the Upanishads, the socio-political reality in India has often seen these texts wielded in ways that reinforce existing power dynamics. This dual nature of the Upanishads, as both a source of philosophical depth and a tool for social control, reflects the complexities of interpreting ancient texts within modern contexts. In conclusion, while the Upanishads contain profound philosophical teachings that can inspire personal and social transformation, their historical use as a political tool cannot be denied. The evidence shows that while the texts themselves may advocate for spiritual liberation, their authority has been used to legitimize social hierarchies. Thus, the claim that the Upanishads are purely a philosophy of liberation is false when seen through the lens of historical practice. Are the Upanishads more about power than philosophy? Philosophy, 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 philosophy. philosophy.